So this year, at Google Summer of Code, no one from community networks as organization got accepted. So I usually like to work on that stuff, but there was no option. And so I fall back to network-related projects like Nmap. Nmap chose me as their students, so I choose to apply as bug wrangler and feature creeper, and they take me. And then it has been an intense summer, and I've learned a lot of stuff, but I decided to share with you some bits of what I've learned. For example, one of the useful things of Nmap I've learned this summer is this scripting engine. I every time used in the past Nmap just to see open ports, and that was my limited knowledge of Nmap. But then I discovered scripting that is actually fun. You see, this in the past meant to me just do some ping, send some sign packets, and see if there is some response, and just print. There is an open port, but it's not like that. And in fact, it takes a lot of time to execute that on a big network such that, because it do more things actually. And I have scanned the router we have on the rooftop, and this was what we get. Port 22, obviously SSH, but it doesn't associating SSH to 22 just because of the number. It says it is doing some more advanced stuff. It's saying it's drop beer, SSH, the version, and other stuff like that. For drop beer, seems that extracting SSH host key is not support, so it's maybe a useful feature request for SSH script. And then the port 53 is said to us the DNS mask and the version and all of that things. So how actually Nmap extract all that information just with running that commands without fooling the code of if is this service, then do this, if this is other service, do the other, and so on. Because of NSC scripts, it's likely some kind of way to extend Nmap to do it performing actions when he found some port open, but some kind of specific action. So you can check the version of your server and a lot of stuff like that. It's very easy to use. Just put nmap ---- script and the script you want to execute, or just -a, that means try to execute all scripts that match his real port with what you have found. And they are very easy to program. You write them in Lua. It's notorious to be an easy programming language. My experience with Lua is that I hated it for 1 week. Then I fallen in love with it when I understand how it works. And I believe it's some kind of reproducible experience. I've talked with other Lua programmers, and they said to me, yes, it's almost my experience too with Lua. And there is a powerful scripting engine. I'll show you a web page about this. There is a lot of libraries. I believe it's not so. But all this are libraries fed directly into the engine. And you have library for SMP, SSH, HTTP, and all the common protocols. You have even library to do broad force of credential. And moreover, you can write library and contribute it to Nmap in a very easy way. Actually, I have improved the credential managing library during my Google Summer of Code, and they was very happy to merge it in the main branch.
Sorry, I just performed the Nmap scan on another host on the network, and I got the host key.
Okay. It is dropbear or? So probably it's the router on the rooftop that is not offering his public host key. But maybe for the...
It's on whether it's an elliptic curve key or RSA key.
What?
It could depend on whether it's an elliptic curve key or an RSA key.
Probably.
Because the data structure is obviously
different, yeah. But maybe but this better to after for in the question time, okay? And let's write one script together to put the end on the dirt and see what happens. So, the last year, some friend from Italy, a BattleMesh, do a very funny joke that make ROM people crazy. They discovered a vulnerability in TextInfo plugin in OLSR, and they used it to crash every OLSR daemon that was running on top of Actus proprietary firmware in ROM. So because in ROM there was a lot of nodes running Actus, they crashed half the network in ROM, and there was all the proprietary software guys being crazy. They didn't understand what's happening. They keeping restarting the antenna because almost all you can do in a proprietary firmware, you cannot do nothing more than restart it. So, and they restart, it worked in 10 minutes, and magically, after 10 minutes, the antenna goes crazy another time. So, there was some person in Lipschitz, I mean, what? Leipzig. They was just sending some crafted packet through, I believe, through IPv6 or through some VPN that was making crashing all the OLSR in ROM. And so I asked to them about that vulnerability, and I tried to reproduce that vulnerability, but I was not capable. But they said to me another one that is that OLSR TXT plugin. If you open a connection actually to ask information about OLSR routing to TXT plugin, but you actually don't send the request, the plugin waits for you an infinite time till you keep the connection open and block the entire OLSR daemon.
Anyway, the official version was that there was a German Ubiquity Liberation Front that was crashing all the Ubiquity stuff in Europe. So
yeah, okay. Ubiquity Liberation Front crashing all proprietary Ubiquity firmware in Europe. Okay. That's funny. Okay, the presentation and here I'll show you. Okay, tools, mods. This is Lua, so I'll set my editor scripts. It doesn't recognize automatically because the standard extension for some zoom. I believe you are grateful if I put some zoom. Okay. So they decided that the default extension for scripts in Nmap is NSE, not Lua. Although it's Lua, but it's Lua with some library from Nmap. And as you can see, I'm importing some library that then I use. Mat, standard NC, our library is the standard library for NC scripts that have some useful stuff. First of all, you have to define a global variable called First of all, every variable you declare must be local and also function. A part of everything you use, you have to define some global variable and function, okay? One of that variable is author. As you can see, I even import library as local variable. Oh, sorry, I'm not pointing. You can see? Yeah. Then you have to define some global variable like the author, the license, the standard way is, say, same as Nmap, and a description that's describe what the script actually do. This will automatically be will be outputted when some user say Nmap --help in the script name. Oops. Then categories is very important. As you can see, I've flagged my script as intrusive, denial of service exploit. It's very important because
So these variable names are like sort of reserved, they have a special meaning?
yeah, they are special meaning, of course. And so Nmap interpret this, so if a user on a shared computer try to use this script, it will block it by Nmap because this script is flagged as intrusive DOS exploit, so only root can use this script, okay? Then you define a function, a global function called port rule. In this function, you explain to Nmap in what kind of ports are you interested. You can see I get the port state about the host and passing the host and port parameter, and then I check if the port is open. If not, null, obviously. If it's open, if TCP. This is the identity. Okay, and okay, it's open. This is an implementation details that I won't explain now. Okay, but I could have enforced, for example, TXT plugin usually used on 2006 port. So I could have enforced here that port .number equal to 2006. But I wouldn't because it's quite usual that people change the port of, it's not like Apache that everyone run it on HTTP, that everyone run it on 80 port. TXT plugin, everyone run on a different port, so I didn't enforce a port number, but I could have done if I want. Okay? Then the core part of the NSE script is action. Action is actually really do the stuff. You can see here. I define a Boolean local variable. Every time, remember, every time local, because if it's not local, they will not accept your script. Because you can actually, all scripts actually share the same Lua environment. So if you use a global variable, you're probably wiping the variable of another script. Okay? So you have to override action in the other one. We have so, but not others. So I define.
Why the function is not declared locally?
Because this way, Nmap core have an handle to call your function. If you declare it local, it doesn't. I cannot find that function. Okay. I don't know the implementation detail of that, but I have some hypotheses on how it works. It probably have a shared Lua environment and just execute the script and then call action and some stuff more. Okay. So it won't. It won't.
Designed to override action.
Exactly. It's designed to override action. Okay? So I define a Boolean variable where I store if if we succeeded exploiting that bug or not. Simple. Then I open a socket. As you can see, I just simply do nmap new socket, then say connect host port. Then SD and NC is standard NC is what the environment offers to you. Sleep 1 second. I don't like to use sleep in my programs, but I feel this time this can be useful just to be sure that we are not going too fast and the daemon on the router is just too slow for us, and we believe we blocked it, but we doesn't block it. Okay? So sleep 1 second. Then I open another socket without close the old one and connect to it. This time I try to send a request. Okay? So this time, if OLSR was working as expected, it would have replied to me with the data. Okay? So to give time to OLSR to do its stuff and be sure it's really locked and not slow it down but some external cause, I sleep 1 second another time. Then I try to receive, and if I cannot receive, then I succeed. Then OLSR is locked. Then we have blocked OLSR of someone 2 seconds, and then because I'm not so bad, I close the connections and just return and just say OLSR is vulnerable to infolock.
Is the evil version available somewhere?
Yes, the evil version is just change 1 with 2000. No, it's not. It's not in the standard distribution.
Can you do that?
What? Just the talk is finished, so it's question time. Feel free. Clouds. 1 moment. The microphone.
So I'm quite sure that it's the info plugin wants an HTTP GET request. So perhaps we should change that send with a GET space /o / and
I looked at the code actually, and it's real. The only thing TXT plugin do is look for a string that match / something or /all or /neighbor and stuff like that. So it don't concern about HTTP and stuff like that.
And you don't even need a carrier to return or something?
What?
A carrier to return a new line.
No, you don't need that. You just call the function str on top of the request and look for /all or /neighbor or stuff like that.
So it would be possible to run this on an entire network?
Exactly. I showed it in the second slide, Nmap -a and the entire network. So you get...
Do an evil version for an entire network?
Yeah, exactly. And I believe Nmap can do it even in parallel, okay? So it discovered the hosts and called the evil version in parallel on all network. Leonardo?
Okay, first a question. Are these tests performed in parallel or not? So you have to, if you perform this test on many hosts, you have...
Actually, it doesn't depend on the script.
Yes.
You don't, the complexity of running it in parallel, you don't see it. It's just hidden inside Nmap, but Nmap do it in parallel on various hosts.
And next...
or at least it should, okay?
This vulnerability that you just open a socket and then the daemon ANGs could apply also to other software, not only OLSRD. So
yes.
It's not correct to return OLSRD vulnerability.
I mean,
it could be applied to something else.
Yeah, it could be applied, but I mean, it's at least peculiar that a non-multi-threading software called a receive on a blocking socket. Okay, so it can affect all application too, but
yes.
I mean, it shouldn't. But yes, it can. Yes, it probably can be changed. This string instead OLSR is your application is vulnerable to info, but maybe it's the expected behavior on another application while it's not on OLSRD.
Okay.
If you want, I have more rich scripts when you can see more library usage, and I believe we have more time, no? So, another question?
Do you have to run both the scripts together, or is there a way that you can just run this script?
Yeah, no, you can run just the script. It's just nmap --script, script name, and the range of EP. No, it's if you to run all of them, you have to put minuscula Capital A. Okay.
So you do fingerprinting and you do all the other stuff?
Exactly. Exactly. Run all the script that which the port rule. Sorry. In which the port rule match with what have been found. Okay. I haven't put a very restrictive port rule. I just ask to be TCP and open. But you can because of this abstraction, port rule is just a function. You really can put everything there. You can even put a NAT punching or stuff like that. Okay? And just return a Boolean and false or true. So port rule can be arbitrarily complex or simpler.
You should send this to the UDP liberation front.
Okay. Some question more or okay.
So the required things at the top,
Yeah.
you can create your own library as well.
Yeah, you can create your own library.
Okay. And the nmap.get state, for example, in the port rule.
Do you mean this?
Yeah. So
Yes.
it's like a context topic that you.
Yeah. Like SD, NC, Nmap, and other stuffs are Nmap specific environment stuff. Okay, you will not find it on a plain Lua interpreter.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks.
Wanna see a more tasteful script? Okay. Ooh. As you can see, there are a lot of scripts. For example, an HTTP, there is so much that someone have done the effort to rename some of them with their CVE number. Okay? Okay? It's too, but I can read it. CVE 2006 3392. So you exactly can look for this identifier and find all the information about this vulnerability. But the script I want to show, it was another one. In this script you can see it. I have to zoom. It offers an example output. It is a common practice when you write an NC script to put in the comments an example output. Okay. Also, you have to put this formattation is offered by Nmap. You just put strings or number or what you need inside nested table, and do the indentation for you. Okay, so I believe it's for what you do. It's difficult to offer a simpler interface. SMP brute. If I remember well, this is one of the scripts I've improved during the Google Summer of Code. Scripts, Lua. Let's zoom. Okay. You can see? Okay. Local coroutine. Coroutine is a way to offer some kind of parallelism to NC scripts. Okay, so you can execute different execution branch in parallel in a NC script without too much concern. Creds is a library, one of the library I have improved during the Google Summer of Code, and offer you credential storage, loading credential dictionary, and all that stuff, very useful for brute forcing, or for every service that you login password, or just login, or what you want based. IO offer an API to low-level IO. Nmap is what we've seen, offer a set of standard Nmap You are hearing me well? Okay. Of Nmap function. Packets offer a series of functions and stuff like that to encode at low level packets. Short port I don't remember well. SMP is a library that offers a lot of SMP stuff like ASN1 encoding and all that things that you have to use in SMP. Also offer SMP walk and all that standard things you can find in a NetSMP package. But you have it in Lua, and it's written in Lua and use some low-level function called from C in Nmap, but you actually don't see all that complexity. Okay, it makes the things very simple for the script writer. Okay, library script. This one I don't remember what it is. Okay, the description. This one is, you can see, is quite more. More body respect to the one I wrote. Okay, this is a sample of the output. This is SMP brute. Say the valid community that you can use to take information from a router or from a computer or from everything that supports SMP. Okay, the author. We are different authors on the script. Okay. The license, categories, intrusive brute. This is not exploit, nor the denial of service, it's just intrusive brute. Port rule, it's, so we found what short port is. It just enforce port number and protocol and open. It's just a way to explain, to describe in a standard way the ports. It take open or filter 161 UDP, the standard SMP. This one enforces the port. So probably if you call nmap minus capital O and NEP and anost NP SMP listening on another port, it will not scan for it. Okay, because this rule is more restrictive. But I believe if you call it with ---- script, it should. It should. Okay. As you can see, we have some local function. Because it's internally used, it's not exported. You every time have to use local in NSE scripts. Let's see if I can find. Okay, maybe this is more interesting. SMP, I said to you, that offers SMP function, okay? So you, for example, offer this function. This is build get request. You just pass the OID. Do you know SMP how it works with all the numbers, with dots that are called OID? Okay, in SMP is someone in a yesterday talk said, don't trust every protocol that starts with an S. Okay, that means simple. Okay, okay. SMP it's simple network management protocol, but actually not simple. When you have to do a request, you have to encode everything and request and response in SN1 ASN1 protocol. That it's this shit. Oh, I'm sorry. 1.3, okay, and you doesn't pass just the string, okay? You have to encode this in ASN1, okay? That is everything binary and with integer and all that stuff, okay? So SMP library give to you directly this very useful function that you just pass the OID and it build the request for you. Okay. So you can see for each community, you do some stuff, send a request, and check if there is a response. I actually jumped to another part that is interesting. Let's see. Okay, pickup. NSC provide an interface to pickup library. Okay, this is very useful when you do when you have to check stuff on a low level and a packets level. Okay, so to sniff, you just do pickup and you open Nmap socket and then set timeouts, all standard things. But then, instead of call a simple connect, you just call pickup open, okay? With the filter,
Quick question.
What's the difference between using the colon or dot? So
what?
like dot, using a dot on an object or a colon in Lua? Yeah, that's the pickup columns and timeout.
Okay.
Is that a static?
What?
Up there. Yeah.
The difference between.
Columns and timeout.
I'm sorry, I got next to you because I'm not understanding well.
So, well, I guess this is a question about Lua language.
Okay.
So, you have a local pickup variable?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a new socket.
Yeah.
And you use that colon with set timeout.
Okay. What is the difference between column and dot?
Right.
Okay. I go. In Lua. What? Okay. He's asking. Sorry. What is the difference between dot that you can see here? This is nmap dot new socket and pickup column set timeout. What is the difference between column and dot in Lua? Okay, Lua is not really an object-oriented language. It's a multi-paradigm language. So really, Lua does a very little set of features. Okay. So in Lua, dot is the way to address a table. A table is some kind of array, but an associative array. So you can have every kind of type as a key. Okay, not just integers. So you can. Very like. So you can imagine this dot like a wrapping square parentheses. Okay. Like host go at the index times, then go at the index time out, okay? While the column is there is a way that it is to use meta table to make a table behave more like to an object. You already can use it like an object with the dot. But it's really an object, it's not a class, okay? But when you can behave a table like a class using the column, okay?
It will call the function in the first parameter.
Exactly. Exactly. So this is the difference.
So you avoid otherwise you could also write dot instead of the column, but you would have to put pickup as the first parameter, is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. Then would be a pointer to the real object. Okay?
Yeah. So it's a shortcut.
Yeah, it's a shortcut. Okay. Here you can see pickup open, and we are passing a plain TCP dump filter, like the one you write to TCP dump. Okay? Source host, the IP, and UDP and source port 161 and destination port. The port we use it to open the socket. So what we are actually doing is sniffing for answers from the SMP server, okay? Answer to our requests. I believe this could have been done differently. by simply doing a SMP, a UDP listening socket, but we initially written this script uses pickup because it feels more comfortable. So I can show you that you can use pickup in Nmap scripts. Okay. Then there is here this variable local communities. Creds is the library we imported up. If you want, I can show you, okay? It's a library offered by an NC environment. Credential new script name that is a global variable defined by Nmap. When you are inside the script, it defines that variable contains the script name, okay, host and port. This, what actually do, is accessing the database of credential for the host and the port we are scanning, okay? And then, so it open that database. For example, if we have, this is SMP brute, the script. So we can have SMP brute looking for communities and put it in that database. On another script, we can use creds.credential new SMP brute host port to access the credential SMP brute found, okay? So between one script and another, we can pass information. This is because the environment is shared, and this is because you every time have to use a local variable unless there is a specific motivation, okay? In this case, the credential library is obviously not using a local variable to store all that things. It is probably using a global table called some way that is make it difficult to wipe it for script, maybe a big long name, and you can access it with just with that, like that. Okay. And we get pickup receive. Do you know that in Lua the function can return multiple values? The underscore variable is a variable like others, but is commonly used to say I'm not interested in that. So it's just to inform other programmers that read that you are not interested in that value. Okay, we can see here the packet library usage. If I not remember bad, L3 was the buffer, while this operator means the length of the buffer, okay? This is the buffer, so we are creating a packet to parse a buffer that is passed to us from pickup library. And we are just passing the pointer to the buffer in the length of the buffer. It seems quite strange to do this in Lua, that is an high level language, but sometimes you have to do that. Okay, it's not Lua fault. It's probably an implementation details that I don't know why they've done it like this. So he tried to parse it as an UDP packet, okay? The library packet offers us this some function, between them ADP parse, also TCP parse, and the common packet parsing stuff. So if we are checking if parsing that buffer as an UDP packet success, we follow, and not we drop it. Okay, another interesting thing. Also, if we parsed it, we can access it as raw. This variable UDP Offset is not really a constant, okay? Because if it's an IPv6 packet or an IPv4, the value of this variable change, okay? But what we are doing is accessing the bytes in raw mode, going at the UDP Offset plus 8, sorry. We are actually jumping the ports, I believe. And then Okay, and then we are trying to decode it as SMP. As you see, most of things you do in an NCE script is by using already provided library that someone done the hard work to do it.
The PCAP and socket libraries directly in Lua, or do we have to use Nmap?
What?
Can I use the PCAP and socket and packet libraries directly in Lua without using Nmap?
Okay.
How that's possible?
I believe those versions of pickup and socket library rely on under C++ code from Nmap, okay? So they are just binding to Nmap C++ code.
So that's not the standard Lua socket.
But in Lua doesn't exist sockets.
And there is a Lua socket library?
Yeah, exactly.
So is that the one you're using there, or is that something?
No, it's not Lua socket,
Okay.
but it's socket from Nmap code.
Okay.
Okay?
So this is basically just an interface to the Nmap engine.
Exactly, exactly. Okay, so the rest is implementation details. I believe if someone is interested, we can continue on the desk. It's also, I believe, more comfortable instead of having the big screen. If you have more questions.
Can we see a demo? Could we see a demo of how to execute this script?
Okay, yeah.
And one thing, if we can see where is the door, and if we do a script, where to store, or you know?
Yeah, okay, yeah. But I believe that's better after on the desk.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, things that I think are
Yeah. But I believe it's better on the desk if you're interested, because it's like going in, exploring directories. I don't know if it's comfortable with this. Julius?
Yes, what was the original motivation that got you interested in writing scripts for Nmap?
Money. To be sincere, it was money.
Okay, I was hoping for a more technical answer.
Okay. Okay. This money is the short answer. A little longer answer is that I was interested in money, but I would not completely lose my time of the summer in a project that give me money, but I'm not interested in. Okay. So I every time used Nmap in my life, but very basic usage. Okay. But I feel like that program could have a lot of more potential, okay? And that I was misusing it. So when I saw in Google Summer of Code list that this project was available, I applied to it because, whoa, I'm very curious to see what this program can do, and this can be the right times to learn.
So it was not motivated by a particular thing you wanted to do that?
Sadly. It was.
You missed in the beginning the explanation that you usually work in other community networks.
Yeah, exactly. When community network gets into Google Summer of Code, I does nor invest time to apply on others organization, because I like more to work for community networks.
But this year, you didn't get.
No, this year we didn't get that. But indeed, it have been a good experience, because I've got a mentor that understood the kind of a student I am. So he understood he don't need to stay behind me with a gun to make me doing stuff. When he saw the first code, he was very happy, and then things is flowing very fine. It's not always that. Another year, I participated with another organization that have a strange way to organize their repository, so I cannot push my code very soon, how to say it? Often, okay, very often. And they get stressed, they believed I wasn't working because I wasn't writing mail to the mentors. How to do that, how to do the other. I was just doing it. But in the end, when they saw the code, they said, oh, cool.
To their defense.
What?
To their defense, when a student is not giving you feedback, it can mean that he's doing great advance, or it can mean that he's doing nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely no way.
Yeah, I know. Moreover, I was squatting in Barcelona, and we had a neighbor that was cutting our electricity cables. So I was working. I was working in some precarious conditions. So when the mentor asked me, what happened? I haven't seen you on your IRC for 15 days. And just said, it's because I'm without electricity. It was saying, he said, I am from Poland, and it's usually saying that Poland is less developed. The developer, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I'm just citing what my Polish mentor said. Okay. He said, he said, I live in Poland, in the land, and they usually say that Poland is less developed than Spain. But I have not reason to not believe it's true. What are you saying? But it's quite strange that you live 15 days without electricity in a Western country. But I do prefer don't say by mail. I'm squatting.
They're just being filmed.
What?
They're just being filmed and put on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just censor this.
No.
It's streaming.
Okay, but I'm not squatting anymore, so someone should demonstrate that it wasn't a joke. Okay, many more questions? Okay, seems fine. So if someone can do some experiments with Nmap scripts or wanna see code of internal Nmap parts, I'm at the desk.
Could we see a demo of the LSR plugin?
Okay, of course.
Real life.
Okay, can you give an IPv6 in Rome of a router having OLSR listening on TXT info plugin? And one that not, so we can see when it is affected and when not.
Yeah, but do we have IPv6 here?
I have in my computer.
Well, let's see.
Don't crash the network.
What?
Don't crash the network. You can use mine.
Why don't you try on?
I have prepared an OLSR instance on my computer to show it works, actually. Okay, I had an intoxication, so I didn't remember that I have done that.
Because
It's hard to crash.
I have...
What? Okay, you can see all are running. Maybe zooming. Okay, you can see there that OLSR when it's running, it's visible. Is my myopia or it's not visible? This character rotating. Okay. So when OLSR lock, it's really lock. So that character will be locked too. Okay. So in another tab, I go to my Nmap directory. the one with the script. It's not published yet, the script, okay? I prefer to show before here. So nmap ---- script, that is the way to call a specific script.
If you want, we have to add this.
Okay, but let's try before on my, and then test also the other one, okay? Nmap scripts, we called it documents OLERSD infolog, okay. My IP, and if I want, I can specify the port too. Okay, so it doesn't lose time scanning ports. I just run it, and let's see what happened here. You see that the character is blocked? It's not rotating more.
The font white, so it's clear to see.
The problem is that OLSR output do this the same, okay?
And we turn the thing gray.
Okay, exactly. But you can see it's locked. Seems so? Okay. You just see it release the lock, the script. But I've stayed locked all the time. And we can see the nmap output. Oh, zoom. And we can test and let's see what happened in Rome. Just start my LibreNet 6 tunnel. Okay. Okay. Can you say the IP?
So it's 2001.
In Italian, please. Allora, 2001.
4C02. 2 punti, 89 per B. B di Bologna.
Ah, B di Bologna. Oh.
2 punti 1.
Sì.
2 punti 176. 2 punti 2 punti 2.
Ok. Ok, it pings. Ok. Okay, let's run nmap.
Yes.
On nmap, you have to specify -6 when you want run it to an IPv6. Let's see if it's affected. It's closed the port.
That's right.
It's running local. It's only accepting locals.
It shouldn't. Try
Try the one
or try with 5, please. Instead of 2. No, in the IPv6.
2006.
Yeah.
2006 is on IPv4. Isn't it?
Perhaps it's 2007 or 96.
By 2006.
Ah, yes. IPv6 and 2000.
Okay. It said filtered. This one, okay.
Because that one has only.
Try again on the
Closed. Okay, so it works. If the port is closed, it doesn't say.
Wait, I think I have one which
Okay.
should be open. Just a second.
The JSON info plugin is not affected.
What?
The JSON info plugin
It's the same.
is the same.
It's the same, yeah.
Because it's mostly duplicated code.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's duplicated shit code.
Yes.
I'm sorry to say it, but
Yeah, most of the OSR plugins are.
yeah. And also the patch to fix them make no sense.
What's the patch?
The patch, the bug that was the Ubiquiti Liberation Front claimed to have used last year, I could not reproduce it. I could have not reproduced it, nor in newer version, nor in older version. Moreover, the patch that apparently should fix it make absolutely no sense. If you want, we can comment it. It's curious patch. Okay, there is some C sugar.
So we are running out of time now.
Ah, okay. So just move to the
Thank you
dead.
very much for your talk.
Okay.
It was interesting, so please give him a warm round of applause.
Thank you.